not abusing you. Because the truth of the matter is, with healthy parent parental involvement, all we can be fun and creative times for children.
What I started out. What you start, whatever happened.
Worried about their involvement.
Oh, a teacher is a person who gives help each and every day. If you like to help people, then being a teacher is A-okay. Cause people helping other people is what this world's about. And people like our teachers, we couldn't do without.
A doctor is a person who gives help each and every day. If you like to help people, then being a doctor is A-okay.
This report is sponsored by the California COVID-19 Rent Relief Program. Has COVID-19 made it hard to pay your rent or utility? Are you worried about eviction? Eligible renters can now get 100% of their rent and utility bills paid. Apply today at housingiskey.com. As usual, this year for Halloween, I'm going to dress up as a devil. A handsome devil. And now, the top 5 reasons to visit Morongo. Number 5.
Halloween freebie. Rewards members get a light-up pumpkin necklace on Halloween.
Number 4.
Trick, treat, win. Load up on candy and win up to $300 in free slot play when you earn 100 points on your rewards cards the 31st.
3.
Baseball's biggest games on Big Screen. The whole world will be watching, and so will you at Morongo.
And the number 2.
Entertainment is back. Gypsy Kings, November 5th. Robin 6th, November 13th.
And the number 1 reason.
Rob Lowe, Keith Sweat, and Clint Black all this year. Go to MorongoCasinoResort.com to check out the full lineup.
Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Morongo. Good times.
Thinking about life insurance? What if you could make one free phone call and learn your best price from nearly a dozen highly rated price competitive companies? Well, that's exactly what happens when you call SelectQuote Life. For example, George is 40. He was getting sky-high quotes from other companies because he takes meds to control his blood pressure. But when I shopped around, I found him a 10-year, $500,000 policy for under $25 a month. I'm SelectQuote agent Dan Savino. And believe me, if SelectQuote isn't shopping for your life insurance, you're probably paying too much.
For your free quote, call 800-509-1667. That's 800-509-1667. 800-509-1667. Or go to SelectQuote.com. Since 1985, we shop, you save. Get full details on the example policy at SelectQuote.com/commercials. The price could vary depending on your health, insurance company, and other factors. Not available in all states. Now, when the news channels start using terms like quantitative easing and now tapering a lot, you know there's trouble ahead. What does it mean? Well, despite everything you hear, it just means less money in your pocket, fewer dollars to spend. Everything costs more. Food, gas, utilities, all going up. Does anything cost less than last year? It's bad enough if you're young, but if you're close to retirement, it could be a disaster for your savings. A gold or silver IRA or 401k with Noble Gold will solve this inflation problem for good. And they're giving away a free 5-ounce solid silver America the Beautiful bullion coin with each qualifying plan you start this month as a thank you. Not bad, huh? The best part? You'll speak to an expert. No hassle, no pressure, just a look at your options and what you can do to stop the Fed stealing your hard-earned money. Visit NobleGoldInvestments.com or call us at 877-646-5347.
Is finding the right candidate slowing you down? Cut straight to Your Hired with Indeed. Their hiring platform makes it easy to attract, screen, and interview candidates all in the same place. To find your next great hire, visit Indeed.com/credit.
I'm attorney Darren Kavanoki from 1-800-NO-CUFFS. Can you do the alphabet backwards? Z-Y-X-W-V. Yeah, try doing that by the side of the road. So if you get pulled over, don't wing it. Call us at 1-800-NO-CUFFS.
Checking KFI traffic, we do have a crash in the West Covina area, heading south Pacific. Gravity that is blocking the right shoulder to Chino Hills on the 71 southbound of Butterfield Ranch. Look out for a wreck there in the left lane. And we still have some road work in the Ontario area, 10 westbound between Haven and 4th Street. The 2 right lanes coned off until 5 a.m. Monday. KFI in the sky helps get you there faster. I'm Jonathan White.
When the night has come, the land is on, and the moon is the only over that we've seen.
It is
So I want
the Jesus Christ Show, and I am your holy host. Happy to be with you this Sunday, as I'm with you every single Sunday right here, answering your questions and talking about the things that truly matter in life and the afterlife. I'd love to hear from you if you have a theology question dealing with God, religion, spirituality, worldviews, the Bible, or if you're going through something we call them life situations. I'd love to hear from you as well. Anywhere in the U.S. today, dial 800-520-1534. That's 800-520-1534. And you can follow us, of course, on Twitter during the week and during the show at Jesus Show, at Jesus Show. Did you know you were a pagan? And the reason why I wanted you to think this way is because, of course, Halloween being tomorrow, it always, around this time, starts stirring up questions about the origins of Halloween. Should Christians participate? Are there things that Christians should not participate in life? Yeah, sure there are. Now, Christian liberty is far and wide. And the individual Christian you just have to use your discernment to know what's going to be beneficial, what's good, what's glorifying to God. All of those things should be thought about. But to throw something out or to say that it has no value when if you dressed it slightly different, it would be fine. That really you're dealing with the origin of something that doesn't even exist anymore. So the roots of Halloween, yes, are found in paganism. But that doesn't necessarily mean because Samhain was, this Celtic festival was celebrated at one point, and it morphed into All Saints' Day, and All Saints' Day morphed in to the day before, being All Hallows Eve, and that morphed into Halloween, and then over the centuries and centuries and centuries, this once religious festival just became commercial and secular. And at that point, the activities can be fun or entertaining. You as a parent should control the things that your kids are doing, or what how they're dressing, or what things they're partaking in, but that's every day, in every way, in everything. So the kids aren't thinking of it theologically. There are not Satanists running around everywhere because kids grew up participating in Halloween. And to understand from a child's point of view that it's just dress up, make believe, being out at night, holding the hand of your parents and walking around the neighborhood at night, and the uniqueness of the experience, and not all the previous pagan rituals, is important to being a balanced parent and to understand, and a balanced Christian, and understand how you interact with this world. You are in this world for a reason, and that reason really is to glorify God. You find ways to glorify God when you rake the leaves, or do the dishes, or do your job, or when you celebrate. The problem the God of Christianity has with paganism, or any other belief system for that matter,
is not with the general practices of the belief, necessarily, but the fact they worship another god altogether. This is the problem. This is where God says, I have a problem. Exodus 23, 20 verse 3, you shall have no other gods before me. This is where God's concern is. There isn't a commandment about you should not dress up in fun and make believe, or you shall not receive sweets from the hand of a neighbor, or anything like that. Oh, I'm sure that somebody would like to twist scripture to find something like that, but that's not the case. It's really about having a community and experiencing that community.
You are listening to the Jesus Christ Show. To ask your question, dial 800-520-1534. KFI News on the hour, on the half, and when it breaks.
Hi, Brian Bruman, live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. LA County is ready for kid COVID-19 vaccines.
Health Director Barbara Ferrer says LA County will have about 150,000 doses of pediatric Pfizer vaccine ready to go when it gets authorized for emergency use. The FDA authorized the reduced dose for 5 to 11-year-olds Friday, and the CDC is expected to do the same when it meets later this week. Ferrer says there have been more than 79,000 COVID cases among 5 to 11-year-olds during the pandemic and one fatality. In LA County, 80% of residents age 12 and up have received at least one dose of vaccine. 72% are fully vaccinated. Amy King, KFI News.
News brought to you by Rooter Hero. President Biden says a truce with the European Union has been made on a trade dispute that began during former President Trump's time in office.
Today is a testament to the power of American diplomacy and strong partnerships to deliver tangible benefits for American workers and the middle-class families in America.
The Trump administration had imposed a 25% tariff on European steel and another 10% tariff on aluminum in June 2018 on national security grounds. The EU has been fighting that policy from the start. And police in Japan say a man with a knife has stabbed passengers on a train. The guy then apparently set a fire on that train. Police say at least 10 people are hurt. The man with the knife has been arrested. We're looking at a crash on the 71 in Chino.
It's going to be on the southbound side right at Butterfield Ranch. It is blocked in the left lane. Look out for slow traffic as you approach. To the Burbank area, 5 southbound Holiday Way, Silver left here in the center lane. And road work continues in Ontario. Then westbound between Haven and 4th Street, the 2 right lanes turned off there till 5 a.m. Monday. KFI in the sky. Let's get you there faster. I'm Jonathan White.
Southside weather from KFI. Cool Halloween today. Highs in the 60s to low 70s at the beaches. Upper 60s to low 70s in Metro LA and OC. Mid 60s to low 70s in the Inland Valleys and low to mid 70s in the Inland Empire. Cloudy and foggy tonight for trick or treating. Blue Local live from KFI 24-hour newsroom. I'm Brian Bruin.
Are you looking for a Medicare Advantage plan that lets you access out-of-network specialists without a referral? With the United Healthcare Medicare Advantage HMO POS plan, you get more of the extras you need with great benefits, like up to $200 yearly to buy over-the-counter products, routine eye exam, and $300 allowance towards eyewear, copays as low as $375 for hearing aids, and much more. With a $0 premium Medicare Advantage plan from United Healthcare, you'll get more care for your Medicare dollar. Take advantage. Call United Healthcare today at 1-877-215-6533, TTY 711, and trust America's #1 health provider to help you find the right plan for you. Call United Healthcare at 1-877-215-6533, TTY 711. That's 1-877-215-6533, TTY 711. Benefits, features, or devices vary by plan and area. Limitations and exclusions
Restrictions apply.
Cash offers for used cars have never been higher, and selling your car has never been easier. And it's all because of Rodo. That's R-O-D-O. Not only is Rodo the best place to buy a new car, but you can also sell your used car or current vehicle lease to Rodo for quick payment. Rodo makes the process fast, fair, and transparent. So, sell your car on the Rodo app or at rodo.com. That's R-O-D-O. The fastest way to sell your used car for more cash than ever before.
Why won't a plumber just tell me what it costs to unclog my drain over the phone? Is it that complicated?
No, it's not. It makes no sense at all. They obviously have a price.
Whoa, you've got a nice aroma. Who are you?
Mike Diamond, the smell good plumber.
Will you tell me how much to unsalt my drain?
$99.
But you haven't seen it.
Don't need to. Doesn't matter if it's a kitchen sink or a mainline sewer stoppage. The smell good plumbers at Mike Diamond will unclog almost any drain for $99.
Almost.
Yeah, there are a few exceptions, but you can read all about them on our website before you call. Just go to thesmellgoodplumber.com.
Wow, you're like up front and everything. I just called a guy named Bubba who wouldn't tell me anything.
No Bubba's here, ma'am. Just professional plumbers who show up on time, smell good, and unclog drains for $99. Call us, 1-800-446-MIKE.
Contractor license number 399170.
1877 cars for kids. K-A-R-S cars for kids. 1877 cars for kids. Donate your cars today. Donate online at carsforkids.com. That's cars with a K. Pickup is quick and easy. You'll get a vacation voucher and maximum tax deduction. 1877 cars for kids. Donate your car today.
Also accepting real estate donations.
Hello, Terrence. I want to hear you scream. Oh, okay. Woohoo! That's not what I meant. You should probably be more clear. KFI, AM 640.
More stimulating talk.
And just how deep is the musical barrel that one digs in, Tony, to find something like this? It is the Jesus Christ Show. I am your holy host. Happy to be with you this Sunday, as I am every single Sunday right here, answering your questions and talking about things that truly matter in life and the afterlife. I encourage you to be bold and brave and go to the phone with your theology question or life situation question. Anywhere in the U.S. of A. Dial 800-520-1534. That's 800-520-1534. You can also follow us on Twitter during the week and during the show at Jesus Show. On Twitter at Jesus Show. And I'll get to your calls in just a bit as I talk about the pagan roots of Halloween. Make no mistake, this is not an apologetic for Halloween or pagan activity. It's a defense of reason and discernment. And as a Christian, using those tools to find a balanced approach to the things that surround you in this life. You are in this world. You are in it by choice of God. And there is a lot of Christians who run from everything because of origins, and I'm going to show you why that might not be as easy as you think. And every year I get calls and tweets and emails about Halloween, and yeah, Halloween is rooted in paganism. But that doesn't automatically mean that a Christian can't partake in it in some way or some fashion. So this Celtic festival of Samhain Later, through Pope Gregory III, designated November 1st as All Saints' Day, so it's all around the same time. This is to honor saints and martyrs. But a lot of the traditions and ideas and certain of the practices from their Samhain festival made its way into that as well. The evening before this became known as All Hallows Eve. That became Halloween. Now you've got this very commercial, secular, non-pagan, religiously anyway, event, and it's important to just realize that God's problem with paganism or other belief systems is not necessarily their practices, but that they do those practices while worshiping another god altogether. Exodus 20, verse 3, you shall have no other gods before me. Thus saith the Lord. That is God's word. That's the concern. God wants you to celebrate and glorify him in everything you do. And to understand this a little better, keep in mind, 2,000 years ago, pagans sacrificed animals. But so did our Jewish brothers and sisters under God's command. The same act with different intent was now a pleasing aroma to God, as it says in Genesis 8:20 and 21. And I'll read that. Then Noah built an altar to the Lord, and taking some of the clean animals and clean birds, he sacrificed burnt offerings on it. The Lord smelled the pleasing aroma and said in his heart, never again will I curse the ground because of humans, even though every inclination of the human heart is evil from childhood. And never again will I destroy all living creatures as I have done. So it's not just the act itself. It is the intent, it is the purpose of that act that matters to God. Sacrifice to idols or a false god, not good. Sacrifice to the one true, holy, and righteous God, good. A pleasing aroma. But discarding something just because pagans or any other faith did it at one time or does it now really isn't balanced, and it isn't thoughtful. It's like that, vegetarianism is bad because Hitler adhered to a primarily vegetarian diet. It just seems like a weird way to go about life rather than seeing things for what they are and using them to glorify God. It's fallacious to think that because something had origins here or origins over here, that it's good or bad. Really, it's the application. Now, you probably don't even know how many things already in your life come from pagan origin. Guess what? You can look down at your left hand there. If you're wearing a wedding ring, you're wearing something with origins in paganism and ancient magic. And the concept of the circle, as it's seen as this endless and timeless thing that you can wear, and it suggests a kind of repetitive or unbroken time and space. And you can see it in many pagan uses, such as Stonehenge and others that predate Christianity. And even in Christianity itself, there are symbols and practices that come from or were used by pagans. The cross itself is a pagan symbol. And wasn't even used very, very early on in the Christian church. But you don't think of things that way. You don't think that there's an overlap or there's a mingling at all, but there is, I assure you, in your everyday life and even in your faith. In his 1878 essay, on the development of the Christian doctrine, John Henry Newman, who was originally a priest in the Church of England and later a cardinal in the Roman Catholic Church, wrote these words. The use of temples, and these dedicated to particular saints, and ornamented on occasion with branches of trees, incense, lamps, candles, holy days and seasons, use of calendars, processions, blessings on the field, the ring and marriage, are all of pagan origin and sanctified by their adoption into the church. So even the cross that adorns these churches has pagan origins. Also the beloved fish symbol, used by many to identify themselves as Christians, whether it's on your clothing or on your car. It was used by pagans generations before Christianity. The New Age movement, Hindus, Taoists, Buddhists, and others used this symbol of the fish to express their own beliefs, different beliefs, as well. The symbol for Virgo, the sixth astrological sign in the zodiac, if you look, has a pagan fish in it. Because of the direction of the fish, people don't always notice that. In the Dictionary of Symbols, it states that Virgo is based on the Hebraic letter Mem, and the Phoenician symbol means fish. So, as you can see, you'll have to run very far to try and distance yourself from anything that has pagan roots or is associated with religions other than Christianity. And it's not that it's not a noble cause to run away. That says, resist the devil and he shall flee. You don't need to be running everywhere in fear. You have Christ in you, and if I am for you, then we are the majority. No man can be against you. So running away from these things and not understanding them doesn't help anyone, and sometimes makes them sexier to younger kids and more intriguing than it would if you allowed them to be the simple, secular thing that they are, and put your own spin on it however you might want to. But how much more important is it that the things and customs in your life are all dedicated to God, rather than looking for the devil under every stone? Celebrations like Halloween can seem on the surface like a contradiction to Christianity. I get that. But really it is more about how it's celebrated than where it came from that matters. And you see this throughout the church. There were many things that even our Jewish brothers and sisters did, even the early church did, that pagans did, but they did it to the right God. When churches shy away from Halloween and opt for, instead a celebration of a harvest festival, something like that, it gives children more of a reason to be curious about why everyone else is celebrating something they are not, and maybe even seek out more about paganism than they would otherwise. And not to mention, celebrating the harvest in any way, shape, or form has pagan origins as well. So you're sort of changing it, but not. Everything in life can be used for good or evil. A knife can either kill in the hands of a mother or heal in the hands of a surgeon. And you must remember that how you use it or partake in something and your intent is important. And I know that it's easier just to cut things out, and if that's where you feel led to, then God bless you. The important thing is to serve God and to serve your family in a way that is healthy and glorifying to God. And if you feel something in your life is not healthy or good or glorifying to God, then of course cut it out. But sometimes in removing these things haphazardly, without understanding where they truly come from, or the other things around you in your life that come similarly, you'll miss the bigger picture. And in doing so, it's like those surgeries where a doctor will tell you it's not a necessary surgery, I wouldn't do this because you can go in and mess something else more. Why not put restrictions on it in a healthy way? Or be interactive with your children in a way that Halloween can be something dealing with fun and creativity and those types of things, and not death and dismemberment, and glorify God. Because remember 1 Corinthians 10:31, above all of this, so whatever you eat or drink or whatever you do it all for the glory of God.
You are listening to the Jesus Christ Show. To ask your question, Dolly Hubbard, 520-1534.
Upon a ridge he rested as he went along his way. When all at once a mighty herd of red.
I am one of thousands of women with metastatic breast cancer, or MBC, which is breast cancer that has spread to other parts of the body. I am living in the moment and taking Ibrance, palbociclib. Ibrance 125 milligram tablets with an aromatase inhibitor is for postmenopausal women or for men with HR-positive, HER2-negative MBC as the first hormonal-based therapy. Be in your moment. Ask your doctor about Ibrance and visit Ibrance.com. Ibrance may cause low white blood cell counts that may lead to serious infections. Ibrance may cause severe inflammation of the lungs. Both of these can lead to death. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including trouble breathing, shortness of breath, cough, or chest pain. Before taking Ibrance, tell your doctor if you have fever, chills, or other signs of infection, liver or kidney problems, are or plan to become pregnant, or are breastfeeding. Common side effects include low red blood cell and low platelet counts, infections, tiredness, nausea, sore mouth, abnormalities in liver blood tests, diarrhea, hair thinning or loss, vomiting, rash, and loss of appetite.
If you want to sell your car fast, Roto. If you want it to be hassle-free, Roto. If you want to make more money on your trade, yep, Roto. That's R-O-D-O. Roto is the best place to buy a new car, and it's also the best place to sell your used car or vehicle lease for quick payment. That's right. Cash offers for used cars have never been higher, so act now. Download the Roto app or go to roto.com. That's R-O-D-O, the fastest way to sell your car. Maybe even separate. Your major appliances, washers, dryers, dishwashers. When you use your appliances outside the peak hours of 4 to 9 p.m., you're choosing times when renewable energy is plentiful. Now that's using your powers for good. XCE time of use rates, an easy way to make a change for the better. Visit xce.com/POU rates for more information. Hey parents, have you ever wondered how to talk to your kids about the crazy things happening in the world? As great as schools can be, they often don't teach important things like hard work, how to start a business, the golden rule, or how the economy works. But kids need to learn about big ideas like these, which means it's up to you. So, how do you go about it? By telling your kids stories. And that's the power behind the beautifully illustrated Tuttle Twins book. The Tuttle Twins is a series of children's books that have sold over 2 million copies already. These books teach important ideas that teachers and textbooks don't really discuss. And they make it super easy for you to help your kids learn the values that our country was founded upon. If you want to help your kids understand how the world works so they can be a positive part of it, go to TuttleTwinsRadio.com to get your set of books. You'll get a 35% off discount and free activity workbooks too. That's TuttleTwinsRadio.com.
Now, when the news channels start using terms like quantitative easing and now tapering a lot, you know there's trouble ahead. What does it mean? Well, despite everything you hear, it just means less money in your pocket, fewer dollars to spend. Everything costs more. Food, gas, utilities, all going up. Does anything cost less than last year? It's bad enough if you're young, but if you're close to retirement, it could be a disaster for your savings. A gold or silver IRA or 401k with Noble Gold will solve this inflation problem for good. And they're giving away a free 5-ounce solid silver America the Beautiful bullion coin with each qualifying plan you start this month as a thank you. Not bad, huh? The best part? You'll speak to an expert. No hassle, no pressure, just a look at your options and what you can do to stop the Fed stealing your hard-earned money. Visit NobleGoldInvestments.com or call us at 877-646-5347.
Checking KFI traffic, we do have a crash in the West Covina area, heading east on the Pacific, that's along the right shoulder. Still have some over to the Ontario area, 10 westbound between Haven and 4th Street, the 2 right lanes closed off till 5 a.m. Monday. And look out for a wreck in the Burbank area, 5 southbound of Hollywood Way, that's along the center divider. KFI in the sky helps get you there faster. I'm Jonathan White.
The Jesus Christ Show. I am your holy host. Happy to be with you this Sunday, as I'm with you every single Sunday, right here answering your questions, talking about things that truly matter in life and the afterlife. I encourage you to be bold and brave and go to the phone with your theology question or life situation question. Anywhere in the U.S. today, dial 800-520-1534. That's 800-520-1534. Luke, welcome to the Jesus Christ Show.
How you doing?
I am well, Luke. What's your thoughts?
Oh, well, I understand your point of view about Halloween, what you were saying. But I think if we're going to be serious about this, I don't think at any level as Christians we should celebrate it.
Okay, why so?
Just knowing the root of it and the practices that went together with those pagan rituals is really, really anti-Christian.
Do you refrain from celebrating anything? Do you celebrate any festivals at all? Do you celebrate your birthday or anything like that?
Yeah, celebrate birthdays.
Okay, a lot of those have pagan roots as well. The celebration of life and fertility all goes back. Are you married?
Yes.
Do you wear a wedding ring?
Yes.
Are you going to get rid of that?
No.
Okay, but that has its background in both paganism, predating Christianity, and also witchcraft. So, are you going to get rid of those symbols because of where they came, or are you going to bring them into your faith and sanctify them, set them apart from where they started, just like you were sanctified by the blood on the cross?
Sanctified through Jesus.
Amen.
I mean, the son who came back to his father, the first thing his father did was put a ring on him.
But predating that very story, yes, and that's my point, that you have feasts that our Jewish and brothers and sisters partook in around the same time as they were pagan feasts, and the Jews did not want to appear to be pagan. The Levitical laws, as a matter of fact, the majority of them are to separate